And after that, it was just fantastic adaptation from Vanity and MC.
But that's the thing. I feel like teams picking into a map, a lot of the time you have to have faith in your own structure or own default. But the fact is, it almost looked like they came into this and went, okay, how can we mess with everything that DRX want to do?
Yeah.
And they did it wonderfully throughout the entire map.
And the thing DRX wanted to do was win post plants. That was a big win condition for them the other day when they were playing on Pearl. And they were not allowed to win pretty much any post plants here. Cloud9's retake game was incredible. The game plan of just double flashes, fast retaking through smokes every single time meant DRX never had a chance to get set up in these post plants.
Yeah, but that was the thing. They either sort of disrupted them in the post plant, or they disrupted them before they even got there. Like some of the Zels's aggressive flashes deep were just unbelievable.
At 63% win rate, that is quite unusual on Pearl. Pearl tends to be a map where the post plants are really strong, especially towards B. Wasn't the case here.
Yeah, it's just like the fact that they won everything. They denied DRX any kind of comfort whatsoever, and one of the players that was instrumental in doing that.
Wait, who was it, GB? Who was it? There was someone, I think I highlighted someone earlier. Who was it, GB?
One of our hair-raising players of the day.
GB?
It's Zeppa.
I was a Zeppa. Honestly, who could have seen this coming? Like, that guy would have to be
certainly
such
not
a
you, Tom.
genius to
Certainly
just predict the guy who was absolutely unreal the last time they played this map. I'm brilliant, Zeppa's brilliant, and honestly, the map that he had was unbelievable.
Don't compare yourself to Zeppa. He has a great head of hair. You do not, good sir. But this guy had a great map. We talked about the double flash comp being so good for them, and this guy was a huge part of it. So much value out of those sky flashes for his team, and also just every retake, he was getting a 4K.
Yeah, you wanted to try and deny him that, but the reality is, like, deny that he had such an impact in that game. But no, he was unbelievable. And let's move on, though, to our Verizon high-speed moment of the match, because it doesn't get any more high speed than that Zeppa 4K that we saw earlier.
Which one?
Actually, which one was it? Was it the first?
Was it the second?
Yeah,
here it is.
The third one, maybe?
Pistol, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was the pistol. This was literally, you know, like we're into the half already. It's 9-3, and everyone thinks to themselves, okay, we just gotta shut down Zeppa. And then Zeppa says, and he stops it right in its tracks. This kid is unbelievable, me.
Yeah, I mean, he is on another level right now for Cloud9. Absolute perfect play out of him. So many clutch situations that he continued to manage to win miraculously. For DRX, I didn't even feel like they were playing particularly poorly in that one. I think, sure, they got counter-strat at the beginning, but they had good ideas to adapt. C9 was just always one step ahead, and their players were performing at such an insane individual level that DRX never even had a chance to bring it close, which we've never seen that happen to DRX before.
Yeah, it was so scary to watch DRX, a team that we've praised for amazing consistency, really struggle to find any kind of solutions there. But, you know, here's the thing. You ever get that feeling that a camera's looking over your shoulder?
Right now,
and
actually.
Oh, yeah, I always feel it. Well, that's because you're in our aim lab shoot around. There it is. That's a toss. Anyway, it's going to be Leaf. For our aim lab shoot around here. He's going to shoot some circles, but we were talking about this during the game, Tom, and, you know, traditionally everyone's been like, Yay, El Diablo, star player, best player in the world, blah, 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 blah. This guy's literally on a team now where he does not have to worry about that, and it's because of guys like Leaf and Zeppa.
Yeah, he's literally challenging to be a top 5 member of his own team. It's quite difficult at the moment. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still fantastic, but it must be a bit of a weight off. They're actually starting to give me, it's very early, but they're starting to give me vibes of like Loud. Where Loud, it's like, who is the star of this team? It's
everyone.
Like everyone is the star of this team, and that's the thing. You even look at some of the plays that the likes of like Vanity are making with the judge to directly counter things that DRX are doing. It's like it's so difficult not to just almost marvel at this team at this point.
And that's the thing. We can marvel about the individuals, we can marvel about the preparation, or we can marvel about the adaptations. Cloud9 seems to have everything, and now DRX is in the hot seat. We head to map number 2. Haven, it's their pick, but it's going to be pretty tough to come back, especially against a Cloud9 who you haven't seen them play this map yet.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is, you mentioned El Diablo. You mentioned sort of the man that was brought in as the best player in the world. This is his map, and this has been his map for a very long time. Even go back to when Gambit managed to win themselves in Berlin. He still dropped a ridiculous amount of frags to take that one.
It's been way too long since we have seen Ye off chamber on this map. I want those Marshall clips back.
Yeah, hey, you know what? It will certainly light up this crowd if that's the case. You got, is that the Global Esports guys cheering on DRX? they're giving love to their Pacific brethren over there. But you know, I think the fans are definitely going to have to will DRX back into this game, because to get boomed like that on Pearl, that is demoralizing. And now you're going to be going to Haven, a map that you know, Tom, traditionally Ye has been great in. Here's our Prime Gaming agent select. Let's see what we get here, Tom.
Well, that's the thing. I am very excited to see what's actually being played, because you could have Zelsis on the likes of even a Phoenix still if you wanted to. You could throw in the likes of a Jet onto Ye once again, but so far it's fairly similar to what we've seen from them in other maps.
Yeah, for DRX, it looks like they're playing their standard comp here, and for C9, Zelsis comes out with the Phoenix. I love what they did with it back on Pearl with the Orb Farm, and we also got Ye back on the Chamber. Again, you asked him in that interview, Chamber's dead, what are you guys up to? They're like, nah, that was overstated. And I think this is another one of the maps where you can get value. There's quite a few angles where you can still get early peaks and get away with that rendezvous.
But the thing is as well, they're playing on that defensive side first, so that's only going to set to him perfectly.
DRX was top 3 at Champions. They're at the precipice of being sent home. They need to win this map.
But look, I think we can all agree that we want to see 3 maps. Everyone's watching. They want the 3rd one to happen. So let's see if we can get it and send it back over to Pansy and Hypoc.
Thank you, and you're right. It is a stark reminder. DRX, a top 3 team, really a champs. They went as far as they could, an incredible performance, and here they're falling short. But Mike, let's talk about Haven. Let's talk about what this is for both sides. DRX, this has been a classic stronghold for them.
Absolutely.
Through eternity.
The origin of the Flash Dash, right?
Correct,
So we're back on that composition. And one important thing to note as well, Ye back on the Chamber. We heard in one of the interviews, DRX talking about interested to see what kind of player Ye is. Maybe this is some, familiarity in terms of what they're going to be facing off against. But it's a tall order. With the way Cloud9 are playing, I don't think they're going to allow DRX to establish any comfort once again in the second map.
No, DRX need to change the narrative of the story from the very word go. Play like they are that incredible team we've seen in the past. Kindle some of that brilliance, and already off to a good start here. Plants there, but the retake is quick. And it's a 1-for-1 trade out of the back of the Paranoia, and the flash coming in from Zelsis, but again, gonna put Stacks in a really uncomfortable position. Yeah, handled. Zelsis all too aware. Quick work being done here, but the 3 final players are the ones sitting deep. Super hard to clear out. What's the plan here?
Marco and Zest will both find kills. Zest will double down on it. 20 HP for Leaf. Just waiting for the beat to come through. Marco will seal the deal. And a pace change in round 1 here from DRX. Hopefully an indicator of a totally different approach here on Haven.
That bell of pace needs to toll throughout this game now for DRX. They cannot be dictated to like they were on that first map. They were flat. They did not look like they had turned up, and you saw it when they walked off the stage. It was just straight to the back. There was no high fives, no nothing. It was straight going back to
Stage
business.
Stacks?
Stage Stacks is real quiet right now.
Yeah.
That mouse is getting no kisses tonight, all right? There's no love being shown here. And we are seeing the Stinger buy-up still, actually.
Hey,
Just quick glimpse of that.
Vanity said it. It was just a price nerf.
True
So
to his word.
relying on it once again here. Ye obviously going to run the Headhunter into this one. Effectively a Guardian, especially in his hands. DRX will show a little presence early on here. Until they get a decent read on the fact there is a purchase behind this. At least cautious of it early on here.
I want to see if DRX are able
He's
to test
tucked
this.
in, by the way. Yeah, he's
Look at
tucked
this
in.
It should be good for 1. Yeah, there it is, and actually dips out. Perfect. They're not overstaying his welcome. Knows exactly his role here. Early warning signal. Actually feels he can re-aggress potentially, and he's made it to
ahead of the
sight.
smoke, yeah.
Yeah, really good read on the timing for Ye. Second bite at it, no, didn't quite land as well as he wanted. Now, sadly for the rest of Cloud9, left in no man's land. Not able to really find that support there since Ye fell. But for DRX, this is good. This is a post-plant now.
Yeah, the numbers advantage as well, which rarely happened on the previous Vanity. Let's try and set up with a Paranoia. Flash through. Actually, the TP out. Zelsis going to find one. They
Yeah,
follow through on this.
surely they can't close down the gap on the rest. No, it's that kind of final line that gets held. Lovely work. DRX 3 standing.
Hello?
Fine.
שומעים?
2 of those Bulldogs still in play. I think that's the majority of it. Yeah, that's fine. On the other side, because of those stingers, we have to see what they go for now. The economy could potentially spiral off the back.
An opportunity, at least early on, for DRX.
כן,
Build themselves up.
עשו ל-BBL 11-1, בסקר סייד. איזה משחק אגדה זה היה?
Approach to these early
וואו.
rounds. DRX
וואו,
needs,
באמת.
in my eyes, 4 or 5 of those in this first half to even start to chip away. those map 1 nerves that certainly are lingering.
Yeah, see if they can shake it off. The flash to set Ye into that angle once again, but it did find someone on the other side, so might have to be a little bit more cautious. Yeah, actually deciding against it here. And it will be looking like a C split as it stands. 1 to test garage and 4 towards longs. This is a lot of pressure on that shorty. But 4 players mirroring, and they do have that one, who is it? Stuck towards garage. This could be RB. May be able to hear some of these steps. Again, a little bit trickier to pull that off when we are in these arenas. Finds nothing, and patience being displayed now. Dog clearing through middle. Zeppa will catch a glimpse. Okay, they've noted RB now. Looks like DRX off the back of this will readdress that C site.
Vanity tagged up, but with that shorty,
doesn't matter.
You almost bank on him going 1 for 1, even if he gets stunned here with the fault line.
The timing, he's gonna let one pass slip into the smoke. This is a
Yeah,
great
just
play.
found that kill.
What?
איך הוא שם לו את הטאפ הזה? מה? איך יאי שם לו את זה? what the fuck. תודה רבה על התאמה.
They're fleeing the scene, they are running, they need to get the hell out of here, but they have no idea if anyone's waiting towards A. Maybe noting that Ye had adjusted was enough. Maybe the utility scene as well, that dog through middle, there's a lot of indicators that A should be free right now.
Get themselves a free plant at least.
Yep.
Buzz sent to the slaughter, but not in vain. Straight 4v4 here with Vanity falling to that hot hands of Zelsis.
Almost a 1G. Not quite.
And initially C9 shut out here from the aftershock.
And I want to see diligence here from DRX, and it's just that wide swing from Zeppa. That frenzy looks just foul in his hands. Marco takes that next layer of contact, the pressure towards Sewer, they know where these both players are, and the overwhelm again!
Surely
Look
not.
at that face!
Surely
Look
not.
at what Ye has done to them, look at
סגור, גם נזרי אח שלי יקר, שיהיה לך שבוע טוב, יא מלך.
Show me the headshot. Show me the headshot. It happened literally
לא מאמין
over the
שהם
top
לקחו
of
את הראונד הזה.
Vanity's head.
וואו.
What is that?
וואו.
Must be nice to have Ye on your team. God, and even this, that frenzy. That's like the CZ in full form.
מה זה הילד הזה?
Bloody hell.
Vanity can't believe it.
No. No right. And DRX must be
This is
shaking to
after
their
the
core.
this is after the forcing round 2 from Cloud9. But they flip it back in round 3.
No harm, no foul to the economy now. They're feeling happy about this, and it's an all-in A piece as it begins. There's no secondary plans, and there's a little bit of utility from the KJ, but that's about it. And it looks like respect being shown by Cloud9, sitting a little deeper, maybe Ye to get one shot at it if he had the opportunity, but the smoke is in place.
We're going to rely on the retake again.
And look, DRX's side takes are famed, and now they need to be able to hold these retakes that Cloud9 have been making look like their own, and already Zelf is happy to go in with that ult.
אביתי נו. הלוואי.
This now has a little more information on the playback through. Leaf going to find RB, and now Health next on the chopping block, but actually DRX dig their heels in. Finally, they find form.
איזה חיות הם.
Beautiful response there. Again, burning up a little bit of utility.
כאילו Cloud9 יש להם מלא אינדיבידואל ממש טוב, אבל DRX משחקים אחי. וואו. אני אוכל שניצל אחי, שניצל קר, בכיף שלי.
But I think you're absolutely right. Cloud9 demonstrating once it, they have to respect these site hits. Whether or not we're going to see
מפחיד אחי.
maybe if it's some kind of situation where there's 3 towards one site, they might try and dig their heels in.
אחי, מטורף. מטורף. היידה ג'ייקוב, מה הולך? DRX הרבה יותר משנה, פעם קראו להם ויז'ן סטרייקרס אחי. זה ויז'ן סטרייקרס, זה קבוצה אחי של אימא'לה ואבא'לה. אין דברים כאלה בכלל. בוא'נה, כמעט לכל Cloud9 יש אותו מבנה גוף, אה? כמעט כולם נראים כזה אותו דבר, כזה אותו מבנה גוף. וואלה, כן. תשמעו, זה משחק שממש מעניין אותי. אני מתבאס שפספסתי את המפה הראשונה. עשיתי קצת 5 סטאקים עם חברים, אבל וואלה, תשמעו, זה משחק של החיים הטובים.
I mean, not much to take away from that first half. 11-1, I believe it was. BBL just scraping through one
אח שלי! כן, למי שגם בטיקטוק תדעו, אני עכשיו בלייב יוטיוב כי אסור לשדר את המשחק הזה שם. לא נעים לך להגיד מה המבנה? לא, עזוב אחי, עזוב. כן אחי, מתחילת המשחק.
Gets away and gets an upgrade. Leap in tow as well. And now Stack's put on the chopping block. He needs to find some form himself. Marco by side, yeah, on the backside, makes it over. Yay! Being the problem. And now Zest eats that flash. He's so blind. Noted C. Pressure galore. And Cloud9.
מה, יאי מביא להם ראונדים?
Beautiful work.
תשמעו, זה טק טק לגב. הופ, יאללה, בואו, היידה. זה מטורף, וואלה זה מטורף.
I'm not even sure that is the smoke a little off there on Heaven. How is Lee finding that kill? We come back to again something I hinted at in map 1, which is DRX making the finest of mistakes.
At this level though, you will see it exploited. They may have gone away with it in the past, but now certainly not the case. And it's a 4-man stack towards
we're not used to seeing that.
No, we're not. And for now, Buzz on the site, and it's clear, and that should be indicative that something is wrong. Something is terribly wrong here.
Whoa.
Zest instantly on guard.
איזה ריצה.
I think Marco's just joined him towards C long here, and that is where 3 players will be coming back through. 2 through CT, 3 through T, and you are going to see the Seekers in that flash just to come around the corner here. Didn't quite make it as deep as wanted. And Zest could be in trouble now.
יואו, כמה יוטיליטים מעיפים עליהם. יואו, אם הוא הורג אותו בסיטי, זה אימאלה. יואו, DRX לוקחים את זה. אני מת. וואו. באז שם עם השתי קילים, איזה... תשמעו, דווקו להם פלאולס, אני מת. וואו. איזה ראונד מטורף. אני מנחש כמה נגמר, אני מקבל באטל פאס, לא אחי, לא. אל תגזים. איזה שטויות אחי, אנחנו רואים משחק של זה. וואלה חבר'ה, מי מעגל ככה ל-20 לייקים חבר'ה פה ביוטיוב? וואלה זה מבלבל, אני גם בלייב ביוטיוב עכשיו וגם בטיקטוק, אבל בטיקטוק אני כאילו כרגע אסור לי לשדר את המשחק, אז אני לא משדר בכלל. אז אני רק ביוטיוב פה, ושם מה שהם רואים זה מסך שחור שרשום עושה לייב למשחק ביוטיוב, אסור כאן, חפשו את הלינק בלינק טרי, בפרופיל שלי. אני מת. איי. בוא'נה, באז למה הוא עם מסכה? מה, הוא יכול להיות חולה קורונה? איזה קטע? הופה, מאקו. טוב. טוב. איזה שחקן הוא. תשמעו, וואלה, הם מרימים אותם, טק 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 טק, מעיפים אותם במפה, מעיפים. איזה אנרגיות של הטליבה. תשמע אחי, זה כיף אחי לראות את המשחק הזה, זה כיף, אני ממש חיכיתי לו. אני חושב שקלאוד 9 היא קבוצת פלייאוף טופ, וגם אחי DRX, ובכללי איך ש-DRX משחקים אייבן זה כאילו הצגה לעיניים חבר'ה, זה הצגה לעיניים. הצגה חבר'ה, הצגה.
But immediately, there's 3 coming through A-Link and 2 holding that C-Link position. C9 constantly ready to brawl for some of these.
Oh, he just got deleted. That's why you don't stand on the site when they're hitting those executes. I think it's a very telling story right now. DRX changing the narrative after Cloud9 looked colossal on map 1. This is DRX restoring some faith in their game plan, but it ain't over yet. The plant is down. Still a good post plant here, and keep in mind the ults they have in play to Zest with a Hunter's Fury if required. And so far not needing it. Not called in. Vanity making damage happen. But to find the final 2 would be something out of this.
אני לא מאמין לך. יואו! זה הצמוד.
Does he tap the spike? Yes he does. He wants the attention drawn, but look at RB. Oh my god, Vanity, no way.
שם לו שוק דארט? יואו, שם לו רביל. הוא יודע. הוא יודע, אני מת! הייתה זסט, איזה יופי. מה חושב על קרמינג קורפ? תשמע, מפתיע אותי כאילו שהם שיחקו בלי דואליסטים בכלל. אני חושב שסקרים מתפתח שם כ-IGL, אבל הוא... רואים שקשה לו עדיין להביא ביצועים בזמן שהוא IGL, בכלל, לגמרי. ניברה השחקן הכי טוב שם בקרמין קורפ. וזהו, אני חושב שחבל שהם הפכו את סקרים ל-IGL, אני חושב שהם היו צריכים לתת לסקרים באמת לשחק את המשחק שלו. ספציפית כי הוא השחקן, הוא וניברה עם האינדיבידואל הכי טוב שם, השחקנים הכי חזקים. ולהביא פשוט איזה IGL צרפתי, ובמקום זה הם עשו משהו חצי מוזר לדעתי, אבל שיחקו סבבה. כן, DRX משחקים מטורף. אין, הם לא רואים בעיניים פשוט. יואו, יואו, יואו. מה הולך פה זסט? יואו. טוב! וואי, 1 על 1. לא מאמין לך! וואי, היי! לקח להם 3 ראונדים, חבר'ה. 3 ראונדים. וואלה חברים, בכללי, מי שעדיין לא עשה לייק ללייב, אני אשמח שתעשו לייק, זה יעזור לקדם אותו כמה שיותר ויגיע לכמה שיותר אנשים. ככה אולי הקהילה שלי פה ביוטיוב גם תחזור קצת לעצמה, אולי נגיע יום אחד לעוד פעם ל5,000. אז מי שלא עשה לייק, אני אשמח שתעשו, חבר'ה, סומך עליכם. וואו, וואו. וואו, וואו.
And the scoreline looks quite compelling for DRX, absolutely, but still.
Like I noted as well, look at the purchase here on the back of that for Cloud9 though. A Bulldog, Spectre, that's 2 Spectres here in play.
This is a different look though from DRX, testing middle a little bit here, but a different tempo. It's not that same B take we've seen before.
It's lucky he wasn't around before, there was 3 members of Cloud9.
הנה, הם הורידו עוד פעם את ה... הם הפסידו ראונד ועוד פעם הם מרגיעים. משחקים את זה עכשיו יותר לאט, איך הם משנים את הטמפו כל הזמן. יפה מאוד. יפה מאוד.
Considering they've heard no utility, there's no plant, there's no pressure towards A, this is the right call.
They're anticipating DRX's fear of Ye being there, controlling A long, positioning towards Suwa early on as well in one of these rounds.
הם שלחו דרון עכשיו בדיוק, מחזירים את סקאי, אבל יש להם הכל פה עדיין, זה בעיה. זה בעיה, יואו, וגם אומן פה מוכן עם פלאש. יואו, איזה טיימינג בדיוק על הסמוק.
And yeah, it's Leaf on the chopping block. Should dip away from this one. There's the counter paranoia coming in.
יואו, באז הזה. וואו, באז הזה. יואו, אני לא מאמין לך. חרה תורת. יואו, אני לא מאמין, הוא הרג אותו! וואי, ראיתי פעם קלאץ' כזה של יאי ב1 על 4 עם מרשל. ככה, בדיוק מאותה פינה. לא נראה לי שזה הולך לקרות אבל. חזר אחורה עם הזנב בין הרגליים. וואו, DRX, כבאז אחי, מלא, מלא. כרגע עד היום לא שמתי עדיין לאף אחד מוד שינהל פה אחי, כרגע אני לא שם מודים. ואני אגיד לך את האמת, כרגע שאני אתחיל להחזיר מודים, אני אתחיל להחזיר מודים לאנשים הישנים קודם כל שהיו חלק מהקהילה שלי. וראיתי אותם פעילים באמת, ולא האלה שקיבלו איזה מוד ואז פאו בם ואף פעם. וואו. אז כרגע לא היה אלוף, אח שלי יקר. מה הולך, קליפר? טוב. בסדר, יש להם כסף כנראה עד לסוף הזה, כן. אם נשאר להם פה 4... לא, נשאר להם 1900, 1600. וואלה, לא היה להם טוב את האמת הדחיפה הזאת. אם מפסידים את הראונד הזה, ראונד הבא לא היה להם קנייה כזאת חזקה. מה הולך, ססי, אח שלי יקר? איך אתה היה מעליק של סדום? נראה לי באמת יש לו חשד לקורונה, כאילו אין מצב שהוא זה. הירואיק? מה קשור הירואיק, נשמה? למה עם חולצה של הירואיק שמה? מה יש לו? עוד פעם, ממשיכים עם טמפו איטי, הם ראו שעבד להם, ממשיכים עם טמפו איטי. דרון לראות עם האופרייטור כאן. רואים שהאופרייטור לא פה. זהו, הגיע הזמן להגיע, ללכת.
We did see that Cloud9 went for that full play lean towards C. There was kind of 2 posted on site, 2 more towards B and garage. So Zephyr just trying to puff up the chest, try and keep hold of the site, but he has to respect this. They weren't even challenging this on full buys. So as it stands, Cloud9 going to be postured once again for full-on retake.
Invested, Paranoia sent out
Yo.
already. Buzz and Stacks both finding.
מה?
Gonna double down. Much better from DRX now.
הורג אותו. יואו, אני מת, אחי, מה זה? מי אבל ב-DRX? מה זאת אומרת מי אבל ב-DRX? הוא בוגד, יניב. מה, מי בוגד, אחי? EA? זהו. מה זה, כולם לבריאות בצ'אט, איזה יופי. אני לא מאמין, יש לו חצ'קון באף, בגלל זה הוא שם את המסכה בראש שלי. סתם.
See if there's a switch up on some aggression. It looks like maybe even DRX were expecting that with a little pop towards long, see if they could find Zephyr early, or if anyone's trying to aggress down. So there is that kind of like 2, I guess, thoughts. You can either get aggressive, try and deny the early space. That has to be the first smoke going in, but yeah, they look like they want to try and work off this a little bit here, but the utility is really so well crafted to deny any sort of that mid-tempo re-aggress. And again,
איזה יופי. איזה יופי הבית על המולי. או, שיט. 3-4 נופלים. הוא מוציא פלאש? יואו, תשמעו הם! למה סגרתי בטיקטוק? לא סגרתי בטיקטוק, אחי. למה לא סגרתי בטיקטוק? פשוט אסור לשדר את זה שמה, אז בגלל זה, איך רואים? נכנסים אליי ליוטיוב, יש את הלייב ביוטיוב, אחי. כי אסור לראות בטיקטוק, אז אני לא משדר את זה פה, כי אני יכול לקבל על זה בן בטיקטוק, אתה מבין? אז אסור לי להראות את זה. הבנת? אז רק ביוטיוב אני עושה לזה לייב. מה, DRX אחי, שחקנים של החיים הטובים. וואלה, שחקנים של החיים הטובים. בוא'נה, אני כמעט על 40,000 לייקים בלייב בטיקטוק. זה מטורף. זה מטורף.
DRX's side execs were even faster than our halftime segments. These guys are in real time. It was honestly unbelievable. I basically want to jump straight into one of the thrifty rounds that they managed to win because it was like we saw a couple of rounds sort of go back in the other direction with C9 winning with pistols.
בוא'נה, בכללי, כל מי שבטיקטוק, אני רואה שיש פה כמה צופים, אתם יכולים לעבור ליוטיוב, אני משדר את המשחק שמה. אז כן, אתם יכולים למצוא את זה בפרופיל שלי בלינקטרי. יאללה, שיהיה שמח.
They had to almost guess where they were going to be going. And then in the post-plant, this was the classic DRX that we've seen in the past. The team that just looked unstoppable, even with very small amounts of utility to play with. And you even see it there with the dart. It's just Phil.
Yeah, and in that half for Cloud9, I felt like there was kind of 2 questions. How will the Phoenix, how will the Chamber work out? One of those I thought was solid. Zelsis got value out of those KO flags.
עשיתי לך 1200 לייקים בלייב בטיקטוק, אני הבאתי אותך ל-30,000. אח שלי, אלמוג. יא מלך.
Towards the second half, that question looms for me again.
Zelsis
will have to fixate on getting these orbs, trying to get ults up to help with the executes. I think he'll do fine at that, but my question is, how is Ye going to do in this half? Because Chamber, sure, he has merit on that defense, but on attack, I think it's quite hard to find value with that run. His trip has been nerfed quite a bit. This is going to have to be a Ye all-star performance.
יאללה, תעקל לי 40,000, למה לא?
Yeah, I almost wonder if he's going to have to lean more into lurking and just try and hold down that backline and catch players and use Zelsis as that pinnacle of the setup, but it's going to be tough for them, and well, the only thing really relying on this one, Mimi, is
a bit of a curse.
A bit of a curse, maybe. Look, it was all sunshine and roses for C9 on Pearl, but this time seems like the grass is greener on the other side for DRX. Let's send it back over to your casters.
GB, that was kind of hot. GB, what the hell was that? That was real good, GB.
GB, יאללה, חזרנו חבר'ה. אני נותן את הביצוע על הלייקים בטיקטוק, הלכה לי האצבע. לא, זה לא הגמר, אחי, זה רבע גמר של הבית הראשון. זה מטורף.
Worlds apart from map 1 as well. I'm hoping that same approach brought across to their defensive side, and actually the pressure now mounts on C9. I'm with Mimi, we need to see value from this chamber here. And arguably the more troublesome side. Leaf toying DRX here, but
בוא'נה, יש מלא אנשים עכשיו שבאים לטיקטוק, חבר'ה, אני משדר את המשחק ביוטיוב, שתכירו, תדעו. יואו.
That feels almost unfair, but by now the C-site is under wraps, but look at the pressure coming up from C-Long. Vanity hyper aware of this, but I don't know what he can do to really change how this goes. An off-position plant just to try and allow safety for this. Vanity needs to be good for at least one.
Oh,
He
shit.
is absolutely up to the test. A second would be gorgeous for him. Zest next fight to be had. Notes it. And now the plays coming in through from Garage. Where's the support system? Where's the rest of his side? They're falling
טוב, זהו. הבנתי, הלך. לא משנה מה תעשה, אתה לא לוקח את הראונד. לא משנה, היה הורג את כולם עכשיו, לא היה עדיין מנצח את הראונד. וואי, DRX הכי חשמונטורים, באמת. אני רוצה לראות אבל שנייה את זה. בואו נראה שנייה מה הם עשו, מה הטקטיקה הייתה. הם פרצו פשוט את A. או, הם באו זה, שמו את זה. שם סטן? לא, לא שם סטן, הוא שמר אותו. שתתקדמו כל הדרך. וואו. הופה. וואלה, הוא לא יודע מה לעשות עם עצמו. איזה מסכן. אוקיי, בסופו של דבר הם פרצו את הזה. סבבה. כן, אחי, זה היה אמור להיות גמר, אחי, המשחק כזה. כן. בואי, תסלחו לי שנייה, מקניח את האף. יואו, יאי, זה, תשמע, איזה אנטריס הוא מביא. איזה כוכב. חבר'ה, יש לנו יותר צופים מלייקים, אני אשמח שמי שלא עשה לייק, להרים לייק, שיבואו אלינו כמה שיותר אנשים, שנצמח פה קצת בקהילה הזאת. סומך עליכם.
What can one man do? The timing, oh no, it's terrible here, he's overwhelmed. One left, one right, and there's Zels is just flying through, and Cloud9 maybe tearing this round away from DRX.
Arco going to be coming through from B side here, but a 1v3. The upgrades in hand for Cloud9. Don't even need it with the Headhunter.
Oh, it's good to see. It is good to see.
וואו, איזה ראונד, הפתיחה שם של EA.
Paranoia here, but
הפתיחה של EA שם הייתה ממש חשובה. מה אתה עושה? מה אתה עושה? מה אתה עושה, חבר? יאללה, שישמח, אתה חולה על זה. למה הם בעולם מיוחד? כולם בעולם מיוחד. כל המשחקים בעולם הזה, אחי. כל המשחקים בעולם הזה.
That's your first draft pick right there. There's a reason he was one of the most wanted men in NA and I guess around the globe.
In the world.
Yeah, throughout this. Cloud9's the one to get him. And he can sometimes give you a round like that. But now we have to wait and see. It's still 4-10. Let's bring it back
לא?
to...
וואי, נכסו אותו. וואי, נכסו אותו. טוב, לך קבליל.
Does get buzz. If we just didn't see how he did it, it'd been much more exciting.
He's got a heal, it doesn't matter.
It's fine. It's fine. Again, it's just pistols this time for DRX, so this should be clean work if you're looking at being pedantic, which we are. You want to see 5 standing.
Especially at this round deficit as well. So now I want to try and snowball off these early rounds. And already with Ye getting closer and closer to the tour de force.
תשמע, איזה טיימינג, אחי, איזה טיימינג, איך הוא התיישב שם. הם לא נראה לי יחפשו אותו. לא, סייפר חושב. כן, סייפר חשב. סייפר קלט. לליף אין מושג איך סייק סייפר? לא יודע, אחי, אם אני מסכים עם האמרה הזאתי. אגיד לך את האמת. לפי דעתך מה הרזולוציה הכי טובה לשחק איתה? אני אגיד לך מה, אני שחקתי אחי בערך ביותר משנתיים על 1024-768, זה היה רזולוציה מתוחה שכמו שהייתי משחק ב-CS היה לי ממש כיף איתה, ממש נוח ועבד לי מאוד מאוד טוב, גם היא העלתה לי את ה-FPS. אני יכול להגיד לך שלאחרונה החלפתי ל-1920 נטו מהסיבה שזה ייראה בלייבים יותר טוב אחי. אז לא יודע כל כך איך לענות על זה אחי מעבר למה שאמרתי עכשיו. בסדר אחי, זה לא... אין קשר אחי, אתה מבין? אין קשר בין זה לזה אחי, שחקן צריך לדעת לשחק דמויות אחי, ובמיוחד ברמות האלה זה קבוצות שיושבות וכל היום אחי 8 שעות במשך יותר מחודשיים הם כבר מתאמנות אחי. יש לו שם באים, מלמדים אותו מלא תרגילים, מלמדים אותו איך להגיב, מלמדים אותו איזה וויירים לשים, מה שיטת משחק, איך לעשות טלרקים. זה לא שהוא מגיע לפה, אתה מבין, חסר הכנה וזהו. וואלה, קלאוד 9 מצמצמים. למה אתם משחקים גם בעולם הזה? אנחנו יום אחד אחי נגיע לשם. אל תדאג חבר שלי, יום אחד אנחנו גם בנום נגיע לשם ונשחק בעולם כזה אחי. כן. בסדר. פרגוע כמו שאומרים.
I think it's a warranted fear.
Absolutely. Especially when he's got no support.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't be on a whim going for that, you're right. But now we have to wait and see. This is where it can either be... I feel like this is GG or we actually get a game. And look, we've seen exceptions to that rule, but...
Just quickly here.
וואי, 10-5 הם מצמצמים פה, אני אומר לכם, מצמצמים פה, יש לי... חשבו לי שזה יהיה משחק יותר צמוד ממה שחשבנו.
Leaves put a deep camera as well. It's pinged out. They will spot Buzz. Still not dealt with it just yet. Yeah, he's waiting to see exactly where it is. Still, it's going to keep 3 members of DRX here.
There's a little bit of window of time now, you're right. Maybe they can make something of this. Another deep smoke invested.
Stax is ready for a fault line or a flash off this utility.
There it is. And the pressure building though, that's Zelsis popping the ult. And he actually gets handled, so RB sitting deep, quite telling that they are in these deeper positions, but do they note Stax hit? Sat at the back of that B site. How much
Yo!
put to clearing him? Not
Top
enough
Stax.
at all. They let it get away way too much here. 2 big kills from Stax who waited so patiently for this. And RB all too
וואלה באמת, הוא היה כזה patient. טוב אח.
Great reclear from RB here.
לא. מה זה המכונה הזאת? מה זה?
The damage, but no time, couldn't quite get around the corner.
וואו, איזה מכונה הוא באמת. איזה מכונה. יאי הזה אחי, כן אחי, מכות אחי. פוקה! איזה מטורף הוא. כן, הוא ממש מכונת הריגה אחי, וואו. וואו, באמת כל הכבוד לו. שחקן.
I think initially he was looking for a contact play off the utility, but actually holds his nerve. Whether or not the smoke on the front of B actually covers the turret, I'm not entirely sure, but C9 had almost anticipated a frantic rotation.
Ooh, we get to see a test of this as well. We saw this piece last time, didn't get fully explored, but now, yay with that tour de force, information on towards sewer, and yeah, he's tempted. Flash is good, it's indicative. They know that someone has pushed up, who's tucked into the corner.
Problem being though, the fault line's used already.
יואו, איך הם לא בדקו את יאי לפינה? וואו.
Buzz is going to stand off. And Ye's reading this perfectly. He knows they're tucked in.
הוא שמע את הזה. יואו! הוא גם שומע את או. וואי, הם שומעים את זה ממש, זה כאילו הכי צ'יטים שיש. הקהל עם הכי הרבה צ'יטים. הקהל עושה צ'יטים במשחק הזה, באמת, בצורה מטורפת. כאילו הם עושים לשחקנים חם חם קר, זה מטורף.
actually quite like this. They're trying to take back CT space, but the utility down poured back in effect to try and allow DRX to springboard
Yo,
into
Leaf.
the site. And now left in no man's land.
Oh.
Cloud9 crumble. Leaf is down.
יאללה, match point, חבר'ה.
DRX
הולך להיות מפה שלישית, אני די בטוח.
Beautiful stuff.
טוב, נחמד, 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 נחמד.
To Ye to
יפה,
maintain
נחמד.
that, but DRX then convert this man advantage. Get themselves to 12.
וואלה, נחמד.
Well, that actually almost felt like
יאללה, פנק אותה.
some gaps in the utility here. What is that?
God, seeing it from both perspectives, wow.
Ye just sees an elbow.
Yep, that's it.
Just sees an elbow and it shoots back.
Lovely.
Couple
Really
of rounds
lovely.
this map as well, where Stax is looking a little more alive than map 1.
Starting to
We
warm up.
barely saw anything from him on Pearl.
And I
On
still
Pearl.
think this map is true in nature for DRX, a true safe haven
The bread
for
and
them,
butter, yeah?
because you get to see the best of them, right? And it's why we always want to see that kind of echo through the rest of the maps. But
Alec
if they're
W.
released back into the
חזק,
game,
חזק.
you got to take that. You got to take that and just run.
תראה
with
את
it.
המאמן נראה אחרי משמרת, זה צפה לי כאלה שטויות.
12, Cloud9 gonna pump the brakes.
שיחקו ממש גרוע במשחק קודם, אז לפי דעתי דיארק חשבו שהם ינצחו, שסינן חשבו שהם ינצחו. לא, אני אגיד לך מה, זה היה, מקודם זה היה המפה של קלאוד9, זה המפה שהם הכי חזקים בה. עכשיו זה המפה שDRX הכי חזקים בה. במפה שלישית אני מאמין שתהיה מפה יחסית מאוזנת, אתה מבין? זה הקטע.
Cloud9 at their best here. I think anyone watching the veto now going forward, whoever you play against, you are seeing where you want to take your veto, or take it away from, should I
Just
say.
get Pearl out.
Yeah. Don't go near Pearl and Cloud9. Just move it away. 5-12 though, made to look human here, showing they do bleed. And the final purchase going to come through. If DRX do convert this round, we're looking at the buy that Cloud9 has. Yes, there are some caveats, but it is mostly there.
They spread the funds a little bit. I think actually Ye able to drop out a second rifle here.
Let's get into it.
Ye curious towards mid this time. It's not clean from Stack. That's
Yo.
a buzz there to find the second. Zelsis will respond, but very early on here, a 3v4 for
Zelsis
Cloud9.
is ahead of this. The turret luckily will save him in this one. Actually, yeah, Marco gets away.
יואו, זה מזל שהארבי היה שם להציל אותו.
Got popped. I think he was a little ahead of their
ממש אבל.
timing expectation, but the turret taking contact was perfect.
They
Yo.
don't really garner any space on the back of it, even though Zelsis gets so deep before being dealt with.
I guess just forcing Marco to plat, that's still no real
I
difference.
mean, the problem being with it being a 4v3 here, Leaf almost has to watch Zelsis' body. Has to be conscious that the ultimate's going to be punished, so they can't capitalize off it.
יואו, ליף. טוב, ליף.
What? Leaf, you're absolutely nuts, Leaf. What a time to find two. Gives them gateway to this round. Zest and Marco behind the curve here. TP taken for Vanity. He's
אני לא יודע אם סובה שמע אותו או לא.
Spike gonna go down. Yes, it does leave him a little vulnerable on the side, but Vanity
כן,
gets
שמע
back
אותו,
in
סבבה.
to make sure it's as robust as possible.
Just won't have the recon here. Vanity should have a smoke back online at some point. Hot Hands will cut off Heaven, at least ahead of that smoke. The DRX still go for this.
Also, they're chomping at the bit too.
יואו.
Really giving across though.
מאקו?
makes of it.
מאקו? 3-4.
On CT, but he did lose his teammate in the
כן.
meantime. And yeah, not a chance here. Leaf, outstanding.
זה שלנו יש קואוצ' בריא ומתורבת. אח שלי איתר פה. סיני ניצחו אותם, כן, בגלל זה אחי. זה בדיוק הקטע. סיני לקחו אותם מהמפה שלהם, אתה מבין? אני אראה לך את זה עכשיו על המסך, שתבין על מה אני מדבר, כשיעבור הראונד.
So impressive to watch. Again, the individuals in Cloud9, maybe being outplayed here as a collective, I think is a fair assessment, but individually
זה נגיד שתי
certainly still
קייג'ים.
very much toe-to-toe.
עכשיו אתה רואה פה למעלה,
The buzz.
פרל הייתה של קלאוד9, אייבן של DRX, וזה מה שנשאר.
Swing on long. 3 players going to be noted here. DRX can mirror that with 3 of their own.
אוי,
Make a financial decision here to Jill. Okay.
אוקיי, התקיעה פה.
Really go for it.
She is going for
לא,
it.
מה זה התקיעות האלה של הלייב? זה לא התקיעות של לייב, זה התקיעות של השידור.
Into the beast.
I'm gonna say,
איזה
DRX
קטע.
trying to get that operator online for Buzz. I think it's why we see Just a partial buy here. Buzz to pull out the Blade Storm. A Bulldog in the hands of Marco.
או.
Celsius will punish. Should be.
חבר'ה, בואו נעגל ל-30 לייקים. מי שפה ודאי לא שם לייק, אני אשמח שתשימו לייק. יש לנו פה היום עוד משחק של אגדות. אני חושב שאנחנו נגיע למפה שלישית, אפילו אני חושב שהם מפסידים את זה. אבל מחכה לנו פה עוד שידור יחסית ארוך, אז יאללה, שיהיה שמח. אוי אוי אוי. אוי אוי אוי.
C9 have to try and maintain these finances. They've got 5 left to find. Yeah, like I said, Buzz immediately onto that operator now. In a position to get a full shield behind it as well. Hunter's Fury lockdown still available here for RB. Stacks go off the Rolling Thunder.
So many opportunities for DRX to close this out, though. That's if I'm looking at it that way, I look at the the Saturn 12. They have all these ults to play with.
They're waiting for that one kind of snowball round.
DRX זה סינים יפנים, זה לא זה ולא זה, אחי, זה קוריאנים. כן, בטח.
Fully cognizant of the cycle of the ults coming through, the economy now in the right position. Yeah, he does make it across. Now there is a player watching that, that'll be Zest.
We'll note Yay. Potentially, actually, yeah, Buzz is going to be able to hold the retreat, but we'll burn up the TP just to get out. I'm curious to see what the next step is here for DRX.
יו. וואלה, הארבי הזה שחקן מטורף. באמת, הארבי שחקן מטורף. איזה חכם הוא, איך הוא יודע גם כל הזמן לשנות את הפאטרנים שלו, להפתיע, לעמוד בפינות חדשות כל הזמן. באמת, לא יודע, אתה מרגיש אותו, אתה פשוט מרגיש אותו כל המשחק. טוב! אני לא מאמין. אני לא מאמין, אני לא מאמין. זה פעם מביא להם את הראונד הזה, יכול להיות הוא מביא להם את המשחק רק על הראונד הזה. באז? יואו! יואו! לא מאמין לך! איזה מטורף! היידה, ג'י ג'י. כולם ג'י ג'י בצ'אט, חבר'ה, יש לנו מפה שלישית, היידה! יאללה, כמובן מי שעדיין לא שם לייק, יאללה להגיע ל-30 חבר'ה, שיהיה שמח, שיראה טוב בעיניים, אחי. מה זה הדבר הזה? זה לחיים הטובים כמו שאומרים. יאללה, למה נכריחים אותך פה, תגיד לאנשים שישימו לייקים. לא, הם ישימו, אחי, כל אחד בכסף שלהם, אבל יאללה, עשו טובה לאנושות. סתם, זה לא לאנושות, זה טובה לי. מה יש לכם, אתם רציניים? מה זה? וואלה כן, אבל דוך, כולם ג'י ג'י בצ'אט, חבר'ה, אנחנו הולכים למפה שלישית. תראו איך הם רצים, איזה חמודים. בואנה, זפה הזה הוא אינדיאני, נכון? כאילו... נראה לי הוא אינדיאני. כמה קהל נכנס שם? מה זאת אומרת? מה הכוונה כמה קהל נכנס שם? Depending on those strengths that we know them for that were missing from map 1. But now we look again on what's on the horizon and it will be nice. So what do we see? Do we see מעניין אותי לראות כמה לייקים אנחנו בלייב בטיקטוק. בוא נראה. בוא אנחנו 37.2. וואלה, עוד מעט אנחנו 40,000 לייקים בלייב בטיקטוק, חבר'ה. כמה קהל נכנס בעולם? לא יודע, אחי. לא יודע, תראה איך הוא נפל. מתי הוא נפל, אחי?
Here though, again, even to just roll it back a little bit, Zephyr having a much quieter, making that comparison towards Stacks and how DRX struggled. I don't know if someone would say Zephyr was the reason that they struggled here, but a much quieter map from him.
It certainly was, and I think for me, we are seeing DRX showing a little bit of fight, and we're already seeing Stacks up and about, starting to get fired up here. It's good signs for map 3, Mike. I'm super excited for it. Do not go anywhere, because the desk will be joining you in just a second.
Oh. בואו נראה את זה בינתיים.
Hey everyone, today I'm here to share more on our plans for the future of Valorant esports and the experiences we want to create for you next year. The growing Valorant community and your passion for the game have pushed us to dream big about what this esport could be. We want to build an esport that will meet the overwhelming demand we're seeing in every corner of the world. We want to highlight rising superstars and create bigger and more creative shows. We're taking everything we've learned, adding in a few new ideas, and forming partnerships that will help us realize our dreams for the next edition of the Valorant Champions Tour. Next year is going to introduce a new structure with 30 teams competing in 3 new international leagues. In normal years, our plan is to operate 2 international league splits each season. But as teams will be busy setting up in their new global hubs, we're going to take this opportunity to do something special. To recognize this landmark transition, instead of a regular split, we're going to kick off the next season by hosting the largest international tournament in VCT history. To celebrate the start of the new season, we're going to invite every partnered team to Sao
זה בדיוק מה שהם עושים עכשיו, זה התחרות עכשיו, זה מה שהוא מדבר עליה.
Paulo, Brazil, for 3 weeks of high-stakes competition. We'll meet the new rosters, birth new rivalries, and get an early look at...
בגלל שהוסיפו את סין למקור הזה שכאילו סין עכשיו יכולות להתחרות בוולורנט והארגונים שם והכל, אז הוסיפו פשוט 2 קבוצות מסין, אבל בעיקרון זה היה צריך להיות 30 קבוצות, אבל בתחרות הזאת יש 32. עכשיו התחיל בערך השלישי, 5 דקות, משהו כזה, 5-7 דקות.
Who truly won the off-season. This one-time event will start the season in February and crown a winner in early March. The team who places first will earn their league and extra slot at Masters. From there, we're moving into the first competitive split of the year, with stacked rosters competing on LAN week in and week out. Across EMEA, APAC, and Americas, we're going to see a constant stream of interregional matches with the biggest personalities in Valorant popping off right next to their opponents. We're going to elevate how our esport is showcased and unlock the type of storytelling everyone wants to see. Our major hubs will be based around 3 cities where we will have the deep support to build the best shows possible.
Los Angeles, Berlin,
Each venue will have on-site casters providing coverage in multiple languages for fans around the world. This split will begin in March, last through 8 weeks of regular season competition, and crown 3 regional champions in May.
No.
Masters will return in June, and will feature the top teams from each international league. The second international event of the year will reward top teams from each territory with a direct qualification to champions. In July, we'll see the return of last chance qualifiers. Top performing teams who have not yet qualified for champions will get one last shot and an invitation to the most important event of the season. Each of the 3 LCQs will advance 1 team into champions. Additionally, each venue will have on-site casters providing coverage in multiple languages for fans around the world.
Okay. אפשר? כן? תודה חיים שלי.
This split will begin in March, last through 8 weeks of regular season competition, and crown 3 regional champions in May. Masters will return in June, and will feature the top teams from each international league. The second international event of the year will reward top teams from each territory with a direct qualification to champions. In July, we'll see the return of last chance qualifiers. Top performing teams who have not yet qualified for champions will get one last shot to earn an invitation to the most important event of the season. Each of the 3 LCQs will advance 1 team into champions. Additionally, in July, we're going to see the debut of the brand new Ascension tournaments. These tournaments will feature the best teams from more than 20 different challenger leagues. You'll see dozens of squads compete on LAN for regional pride and promotion into the international leagues. The
שמה
path here will
אנחנו
be
כאילו
hard.
רוצים להגיע.
Aspiring teams will need
הליגה
to
שהם
battle
דיברו
for
עליה
two
זה איפה
splits.
שאנחנו בינינו
We'll start
רוצים
in
להגיע.
January and
Ascension
conclude with
tournament.
Ascension in July.
כרגע אנחנו ב-Challengers 1 ספליט, ואז עונה הבאה תהיה Challengers 2nd ספליט, ואם אנחנו נצליח מאוד טוב שם, אז אנחנו יכולים להגיע לכאן ל-Ascension Tournament.
In August, we're going to cap off the year with Champions, our celebration of all things Valorant. After an inaugural season full of new changes and new events, the mission becomes critically simple. Secure the Champions Cup and write your name into the history books. Teams will be in top form for the biggest event of the season, and we can't wait to see who will stand at the top of the podium after the dust is settled. We're excited to share the initial details of the 2023 season and our plans for the new VCT. Your support and enthusiasm continues to push us to dream bigger year in and year out, and we hope that you're as excited as we are. Now it's time to refocus our attention on Champions Istanbul, where the next Valorant World Champion will be crowned on Sunday. We hope to see you there.
טוב, נחמד. בואו נראה את המצב פה. נראה לי הקבוצות חוזרות לעניינים.
Will never get to see it, so no one will ever know.
We both put in equal amounts of effort to the drawing on our boards.
Yeah, alright, we're heading into the Agent Select in a second, and I'm interested
Yeah,
in what
Agent
these
Select.
teams like. The Braun Gaming Agent Select, I'm hosting now, you're off the rails.
I'm on the
He's off chamber, you're off the desk, like everyone's getting replaced at this point.
Vanity hovering Brimstone. That would be insane if we do see this one through. We saw mech experiment with a comp like this last year, and well, I never felt like it was quite as good as just the bog standard, like Viper composition. It had merit. The one-ways are really powerful, but okay.
Doesn't happen.
Normalcy. Normalcy.
What's that doing?
Except for not normalcy.
Normalcy, no.
מעניין.
That is interesting.
אייסבוק מעניין.
Through, actually going to throw him with the double controller. It's something, as you said, people have experimented elsewhere with the likes of Omen. You saw that on Yumpy as well, but this is very different.
But here's the thing, no Sage. That means they're going to rely on Cove to plant towards B. It is not as good at letting you get that plant down. Attacking side is going to be pretty tough with this Harbor, in my opinion.
Oh boy, I hope you all at home can feel the tension in the air, because after this match we're losing either Cloud9 or DRX, and that just seems wild to say. But here we are, that's the world we live in. Let's go ahead and send it over to Pansy and High Pot
כמעט
for the
הכי נמוך
cast.
אצלהם. 75%.
Yeah, this game I feel needed a map 3. I'm glad we're here. It's been two quite one-sided maps until this point though. We're Cloud9
70% זה אחד הגבוהים אצלם.
DRX doing what we know of them on map 2.
וואלה.
And now we walk into Icebox with Hartman.
טוב, מעניין.
Yeah, just to come back, roll your minds back to DRX being one of the first teams to really kind of toy or innovate with that B-side execute, but it was based around the Sage.
Yes.
That was what it was based around. It was placed around, obviously, mixing up that wall a little bit, taking deeper control towards Snowman. So I'm curious if DRX have got something else cooked up. Well, I hope they have. Don't pull out the Harbor here with elimination on the line, map 3, and not have something to rely on.
And that is what we will be looking at. Mike, I'm tasking you with finding value in this, and if you agree, it's actually worth it. For now, we wait and watch, as it will be DRX on the attack inside, Cloud9 to defend. An early look towards A, and presence noted now.
Stacked up here, 3 members of Cloud9, although Vanity drifting away from this, so it would just be
מעניין.
Yay and Zelsis to hold down the floor. Still got that wall available. Yay actually armed with a Sheriff will get an opening tag.
Got themselves a window of opportunity though, Mike. They obviously don't know how much by. They need to make their move now. Yay gonna try and step
מעניין,
ahead.
ייי. וואלה, ייי, מה זה? הוא כמו מכונה. למה הוא כמו? הוא מכונה. הופה, מאקו. וניטי מפסיד. וניטי מפסיד. זסט חיה. זסט נותן לו טאפ, תראו. יש לו טורט. אין, אמרתי לכם, זסט חיה. חיה, חיה! אין מה לעשות. רידים like a book.
Just creeping up on that angle, catches Vanity off guard. At least initially here. What the call was there, really, why Vanity peels away from A site. Zelsis and Yay in a precarious position. I mean, Yay still gets his. Rounds 2 ahead of that.
הופה.
Actually, that second wave is just so clean for
הופה.
DRX. Everybody swinging through the wall at the same time.
יאללה, נחמד.
Looks like maybe Stax' utility going to be dedicated towards taking top 410 control on these A hits. Or at least this early space denial that we're seeing for a second time here towards B.
Buzz noted here.
They get an indication of the stack though.
Yeah, you're already going to pull players over.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's gone down, just overwhelmed. Buzz going to send the wave in motion. Taking the site. Actually allowing the plant to come through here as well. They're trying to get into it.
איזה
Not gonna
חיה.
happen. Yeah, plants in. This is lovely from DRX.
איזה מעניין איך שהם משחקים, באמת.
RB, no stress.
וואו, איזה מעניין איך שהם משחקים. הלכתי להגיע ל-40 וחזרתי. כן, אנחנו ב-40,000 בטיקטוק, באמת. אח שלי! יאלוף. יאללה, בוא נראה. הלאה, אנחנו 37,200. תודה, חיים שלי.
I'd quite like to see if we see that little glimpse of DRX again.
יאללה, צ'ט, איזה יופי פה בצ'ט.
I mean, a lot of these rosters outside of this have been in rebuild phase, so getting down those fundamentals, running through what they've got. I'm hoping the DRX had gone back to the drawing board. And let's see if there's a challenge now. Cloud9 maybe looking to challenge that wall. Or that wave, should I say. And they have actually postured up.
ואין עלישה כמו שיש לי, באמת.
Clear this comfortably. Should be quite telling that it is going to be an A piece. He's going to continue forward actually. Yeah, taking a little bit more space. The turret does go in, so that will be defending that back line.
DRX almost going to be approaching this.
נעשה הרבה עוקבים. מה הולך טיקטוק?
With no flashes, just relies on getting close, capitalizing on this utility, and actually Zest a little ahead of the utility this time around.
Yeah, timing a little inconsistent, and Zelsis all too aware of one of the players, trying to break it down and deny the pawn. Lovely work. Really good positioning coming out from Zelsis there, just to challenge that if that was a consideration. Now DRX need to fall back to another plan as that wave is going to drop, and it does. Buzz with one, looking for Marco to get the follow-up, and he does do just that. Maybe beyond that would be a little bit too much to ask for, but we look at what's remaining. It's just RB with that Bulldog. 3 players on the other side, rifled up and ready to go, and that back line is collapsing. Yay, closing in. 30 seconds. RB maybe thinking he could isolate that fight, but the other two...
הם סגרו לעצמם את הסייד, זה הבעיה.
Oh, that's a barrel moted.
Yeah, he's seen it
as
too. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to sit back a little deeper now. He's reading that RB wanted to isolate that fight. He's not going to give him it.
יופי.
RB's
בוא'נה, הוא
able
עושה
to remove
חכם
another
לי.
weapon. Could be worthwhile, but
הוא לא חזיר.
10 seconds left now. Might even just try and get the extra ult orb. No denial coming through from Cloud9.
הופה.
Could be it. That's
RB. טורט. אוי, אולטי. טורט. איפה טורט נשמה? איפה טורט נשמה?
Has to back away. He's got to fight again, RB. Incredible. The lockdown gets dealt with, and now Leaf in the 1v1. Time on RB.
מה?
It's impeccable work from RB.
איזה שחקן! ארבי! אני מת. זה ראונד של משחק, חבר'ה. וואלה, זה ראונד של משחק. זה ראונד של משחק. איזה פופנקווין הוא דפק לו, באמת. שחקן אימא'לה. שחקן אימא'לה.
Because that's a tilter even as a player. You're sitting there thinking we've got a 3v1. Only got a Bulldog at best. No worries here. We should be fine.
The worst thing being here, Leaf, C9 make the right decisions, right? Leaf's tagged up. He goes all the way deep into spawn. But then the spacing between Yay and Vanity, there's just no opportunity, A, to deny the plant, or B, to get a peek together onto site.
Man, this is huge. What a game. This is a warning signal for me. Cloud9, when they look good, they look almost untouchable. But this is DRX looking in potentially full force. I'll hold my word until we see the full buys back and forth. But again, here's this attempt at that plant. This time Zelsis is unable to really question it. And Buzz the first to draw blood on towards Jay. The site's theirs.
The lockdown, obviously there's stingers across the board here. Whether or not Cloud9 wants to invest into this. It's doubtful here, but actually, yeah, Vanity will.
Deep can go for this, okay.
It's a very deep lockdown, actually. Yeah. It's way ahead of screens, the traditional position for it.
Wow. תשמעו.
How it goes, does it hold? Buzz gonna finally Buzz onto Zeppa. Eventually goes down. The view's gonna start. Gonna maybe get it towards halfway. Yes, body blocking in effect. Turn and face the music. RB again. Signs it, seals it, delivers it. DRX up to 4.
וואו. וואו. איזה יפה הם משחקים. איזה יפה דירקט משחקים, באמת.
Big investment for the lockdown into that previous. Again, DRX showing that they have the ability to use this cove to put themselves in a much safer post-plant position to hold.
וואלה, אימים עליה, באמת. כן, אני גם אם הייתי המאמן של הקבוצה הייתי תופס ככה את הראש, כי וואלה, הם עושים לנו בית ספר. וואלה, DRX משחקים ממש יפה.
A bit of a bankroll established already by DRX.
And yeah, not getting where he wanted to be, and this has to relinquish any sort of early pressure he might have wanted to bring. Has to now respect the early work put into place by DRX and an adjustment here. Marco actually finding a little bit of room to work. Now, there is the turret up here, and Vanity is...
איזה מעניין זה עם ארבור, אה?
Still, I wonder if Marco does
ממש אבל.
test this potentially. A very different approach from DRX now.
קיצ'ר פשוט משאיר תורת עלי רק שלא ידחפו. זהו. יש להם את כל הקונטרול שם. אני מת.
But Marco won out in mid as well, so they are now surrounded on this B side. There's no comfort for Zephyr here. He's going to fall back. This is gorgeous work from DRX. This is the DRX that made people fall in love with this roster. So tactical and technical in approach, and now Zelsis and Ye really just out of place on this, not able to find too much work yet. RB, the only one really spotted. Ye trying to find Marco. Still, Zelsis the one to do it. Ye can now stretch his legs a little further. Red's gonna come in, okay, back up to 3. We've got a bit of a round on our hands now. Yeah, good for it on towards RB, but how do you break the back line? Ult gonna come in, this gets trickier. Spotted, seen on the cross. Ye goes down, a tap on the spike, but they can't quite see it. They need to get on towards this. Got to take down Vanity.
Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Cloud9 holding tears, חבר'ה. אוי, אוי, אוי. אוי, אוי, אוי. לא מצליחים לנצח 3 על 1, לא מצליחים לנצח 3 על 2.
Denying some of this early space. The DRX have sent this fake previously towards B. But this audible towards B, this utility towards Zephyr is beautiful. He has no space to play whatsoever.
Wow.
Cloud9 trying to get away with a cheeky defuse.
אני חולה עליהם.
I'm gonna call the timeout here.
אני פנבוי של DRX קל, חבר'ה, קל.
You need to get a firm grasp on this early round.
קל.
The operator is something to maybe consider for Cloud9. They don't have the funds to support it. Unfortunately, that's where the question comes back to. Obviously, some of these.
קבוצה כל כך טובה, כל כך חדשנית, כל כך... פשוט אני חולה עליהם. וואלה, חולה עליהם.
Those full buy rounds become so much more delicate. Way more fragile. RB almost on another lockdown as well. 10-2 right now for him. That's touched on him being at times a little underwhelming with how much hype there was around this player, but delivering here in Sao Paulo once again.
For Cloud9, this is the question that gets brought to my mind. Still a relatively new roster to an extent when you look at them, you know, reshuffling, rebuilding. The depth and the capability now to
כל הזמן משחקים על מספרים. זה מדהים אותי.
We haven't seen a
באמת.
common run of Harbor in this, and it's
מי אתם מעדיפים שנצח? Cloud9 או DRX?
But it's working wonders, so I want to see how well Cloud9 learn on the fly. Do they have that capability yet? 3 plays stacked down towards B long with actually intention behind it. They are getting quite close here. Ye is willing to backfill this.
Much deeper exploration from Cloud9. But again, now they just don't have the bodies to defend A site. So Vanity has to sit back and watch almost.
Yeah, they can't challenge this. They're depending on this squad here, this little squadron moving around the back lines behind the wire. But you can see the preparations there. Ye's just going to be... Incredible again from Ye. They need this man to heat up here if they want to find anything. But DRX are holding. The plant's still in, and the final 2 were on the other side of this site. They haven't really questioned the plant just yet. First player spotted by Dice. The second will be noted in Zephyr. RB should be all too aware, but he's not. He's overwhelmed. Still going to try and close the gap here. Still going to try and get close by Buzz. Going to be playing the second here. Fire is good.
איזה יופי. תשמעו, הם חשמל. תשמעו, הם חשמל, אני אומר לכם. DRX משחקים יפה איתן, כן. וואלה, לאחיין שלי קוראים איתן, איזה קטע. בילייק, אתה רוצה את C9? וואלה. אני פשוט חושב של-DRX מגיע לנצח כי משחקים כזה יפה, וכאילו קלאוד 9 אני מרגיש שהם משחקים יותר אינדיבידואל. אני לא מרגיש שיש להם איזה גיימפליין מאוד מאוד טוב או...
First time we've seen some aggression from Cloud9, but like I said, there's not an awful lot behind this purchase. So now, they have to show restraint.
Speaking of, we very rarely in this lifetime.
Oh shit!
Lovely from Zeppa. Seen them playing from the back foot. We have to see how Cloud9 look in this position.
Lockdown removed as well. RB had it back online here, so DRX going to have to find some way to recover this round. Buzz hasn't been given an opening duel here. Zest potentially going to have his recon back online by the time he makes it across the B main. There's 3 players at Cloud9 here. Vanity towards Connector. Leaf all the way in Snowman.
Just to see if we can make it look as good as some. Absolutely not. Buzz up and over, no problem there, no sweat to it. The side's somewhat under control already. And maybe Vanity a little further ahead, but I don't know if he's going to get much. Yes, he does. Slips the net really well and Leaf in tow. This is perfect.
Okay.
Cloud9 just ahead us on those positions.
Overwhelmed. וואלה, הורידו את ארבי, ניצחו ראונד. אני מת. וואלה, פופקורן, אחי. לא שאלת מי בא לנו. כן, כן, ברור לי. אני אומר לך מה הסיבה שלי למה אני רוצה ש-DRX ינצחו אותם, כי אני חושב שהם פשוט... אני מרגיש שהם קבוצה. הם באמת קבוצה. אני רואה את הדברים שאני רואה ואני מתלהב מהצורת משחק שלהם. אני מתלהב מאיך שהם עושים דברים. חיים שלי. זה רבה. אחת מתחבא מהמצלמה.
This is a tough position. Cloud9 basically need to win out another flawless here to really equalize the economy. Still they're at a disadvantage in terms of the ultimates.
And again, remind yourself that 7th round that was converted.
שימו לב, הפסידו ראונד אחד, הם משנים טמפו.
Missed out on a great
רצים לבי.
deal. So now let's see if potentially Cloud9 can get another one of those. Just get us a free pick, please. Ye's doing serious work on the other side of the map here, taking complete space. Sees nothing, so again, will allow for that rotation to come in early. DRX going through the motions. The side take is in play.
Try and get this down again inside the cove. Lockdown destroyed already.
Wow.
Get a free plant and they'll get away with it. The Viper Spit will actually cover the plant as well.
Wow.
This is quite nice.
טוב,
Pressure now mounting. Zelsys falling. And time now has to be respected.
איזה חיות הם, איזה חיות הם, איזה לידר יש להם, באמת. תראו איך ישר הוא רואה שהם משחקים לאט לא עובד, טאק, משנה את הטמפו. בום, נותנים להם קול, אומר להם בדיוק איך לעשות את זה. איזה מטורף. כל הכבוד ל-IGL שלהם, כל הכבוד, באמת. שחקנים. וואו. חבר'ה, אם יש פה אנשים שלא עשו לייק, אז בואו תעזרו לי ככה להגיע ל-40 לייקים, סומך עליכם, אתם שמולטורים אגדיים, זה מה שאתם. מה אומר, יחשיר לי זוואנג. מה איתך, המלך? וואלה.
DRX back in the position they were 4 rounds ago when they had a massive bankroll established.
Yeah, 6.9 on bar.
מתי של נועם עוד שבועיים וקצת, אחי. נועם.
So pretty in that regard. And now Cloud9 needs to somehow do this with the light armor coming out. A little bit of a different look here. 4-1 split. Gonna leave Marco to deal with any pressure coming through on B. And there's that ult. We'll wait and see if invested. Counter ult from Leaf. And RB's already on the site though, already trying to hunt him down. And RB is just rabid at the moment. He's shutting this down perfectly. That's a fight that's gone and that A defense is crumbled.
איזה יופי משחקים. איזה יופי משחקים. מדהים.
Reading that this is going to be the lighter stack. The emphasis has been B for Cloud9.
Yeah, the tap on the spike's not drawn too much attention really. They know it's all for naught here. Only Vanity to really find much back, and they still need to break this back line. They have no lurk coming in. Still no one on that spike, not even halfway right now.
They have to save.
Yeah, they've got to back out of this.
Stacks puts up a second wall. The snake bites can come through, the shock darts can come through, and they can't push because they'll be slow. It's beautiful from DRX.
בואו, שנייה.
Masterclass work here from DRX.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
בוא נראה שנייה את הראונד. מה הם עשו? הם התחילו ככה. הוא שם וול על בי בכוונה. בינתיים הם מתקדמים על A. דרון. אוקיי. ו... פשוט אולטי ונכנסו. יפה. וואו. וואו. באמת.
I like it. I'm all for it.
וואלה, יפה מאוד.
מה
הולך טייגר פייר? מה איתך? איך שלי יקר?
But when you are down 1 to 8, that deciding map, it does start to weigh heavily on you. Looking a lot quieter here, Cloud9. Not really found that response to this. The first challenge being fought for here. Leaf trying to get in the faces a little, and does eventually fall away.
This progress through A though. Marco's going to be tested. There's 3 members of Cloud9. They're actually following through.
He's sitting so deep on this. Marco, great work with 2 there. And he can hold back the third. He doesn't need to over-challenge. He wants it. He's got it. Cloud9 crumbling here. The Prime Gaming flawless to boot. DRX are running this game right now. They are about to send Cloud9 home at this pace.
טוב. וואלה, יש פה משחק חד צדדי כרגע. אבל אל תשכחו שכאילו המפה הזאת היא מאוד נוטה לאטאקר סייד. אבל צריך לראות מה יהיה. אתה חולה? תרגיש טוב אח שלי יקר. מקווה שתרגיש טוב מהר.
Besides the 3K from Ye, not going to have the Blade Storm. Haven't seen that operator once on the defensive half.
Not been allowed to.
No. They've been in an absolute chokehold in terms of the economy.
Wow!
It's up. Zelsis off the rip. Ye will be noted as well.
This is going to be a horrible feeling for Cloud9. It's starting to fall between their fingertips here, and it's a 1-for-1. It ain't enough. They already had the advantage, and yeah, Zephyr trying to backfill this.
Wow.
It's going to be perfect for DRX. They're already on the site. The plants could be coming in. It's safe.
פשוט קלטו שזהו, זה הטמפו. הם ימשיכו ככה עד שהם יפסידו ראונד. ככה עד שהם יפסידו ראונד.
Come on! Leave trying to pick up the pieces.
וואו.
But it's all for nothing. DRX making it to 10.
וואו, 10-1. איזה קבוצה אתם DRX, אני מזיל עליהם ריר, באמת. סרטון הבא אני הולך להוציא עוד פעם נראה לי על DRX. חשבתי אולי אני אוציא על קבוצה חדשה, אבל נראה לי לא, נראה לי אני אוציא עוד פעם על DRX. תראו איך הם משחקים, כולם צריכים ללמוד מהם, כולם. מה?
It still may not be enough here. Another round, a consolation prize potentially.
First time they get away scot-free with an opening engagement, to be honest.
The last round was exactly like this. They had that first entry pick that came on towards RB. I think it was with the Hunter's Fury off the back of Zeppa's early work. And yes, they were stabilized, but these haven't been frequent.
They're so still got their sights set.
זהו, עומדים סייט נקי. לא היה ניצוץ אחד. איזה קטע.
2 shock darts, 2 snake bites to work with. So they can still
איזה אולטים יש להם? אין להם אולטים. אוקיי. תראו איך הוא נגע מהר כדי להוציא את היוטיל. וואו, מאקו.
Rez coming in more, bodies being put on the spike, but the spike is still not being diffused right now.
נעמו שם פה את זה.
The second attempt at it now has to be done.
יואו, סטאקס! יואו!
Incredible work at DRX.
לא מאמין! וואו!
To close out this half.
And this is with the Rez
Wow.
coming through. They still convert this position.
וואו, 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 וואו.
Cloud9 completely disengaged from sight. And DRX punished them for it. This is unbelievable from DRX right now.
הווייפר, ליב, מהרגע שהוא הרים את הוול הוא דווקא הפריע להם. הוא לא נתן לסובה את האופציה לעשות קובר. אני לא מאמין.
DRX right now, incredible form, 11-1. Let's hand it back down to the desk to potentially almost wrap this one up.
וואו.
Whew. Oh boy, that was not good.
That was great. What do you
No, let me clarify. That was flipping awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna be very upfront here, but there's one person that I gotta turn to right now. Mimi, you have some explaining to do. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought without a Sage they were going to really struggle on this attacking side, but the game plan with the Harbor was so good. You don't need a Sage if you're not just abusing these B hits.
But that's the thing, they had so much. Straight away the high tied in, you could already see the code being used to get the palm, which a couple of times was denied, but then you have Buzz's aggressive swing, you have nano swarms down below. There's so much utility just forcing these players into awkward battles that eventually it came down to just C9 consistently having to get aggressive, and that's just the A take.
Yeah, the B take as well, really cool. Take a look at this round. They take some initial control towards B main, then late round they send 3 players back through mid. You can't really win B hits without a Sage if you're just going straight through main. But if you're doubling back around, if you're shutting down in the post line the way that DRX were, you can do it just fine. I kind of thought I underestimated what
אם תוהים לאן יאני ויעלם עוד יומיים זה בגלל שהוא הולך לנהל את DRX. איזה סטויות. נום בסוף גם יהיו כאלה. אבל בשביל שנום יהיו כאלה צריך לשבת 3-4 חודשים בבוטקאמפים כל היום. 8-9 שעות ביום לנשום ולורנט. רק ככה אפשר להגיע לרמה כזאת.
The C9 were trying to do.
And I think C9 got closest to the right idea when they tried to go for that multi-flank, but never attempted it again. Those post lanes were just so damn good. And now, I don't even know if Cloud9 have a chance in hell. It's 11-1 for DRX.
Well, folks, surf's up because DRX is having a whale of a time. Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters.
Okay, this would have to be the miracle turnaround from Cloud9. Because DRX are on the verge of sending them home here. Mike, do you see a shot in hell at this? And you can be honest, because I don't.
I honestly don't. I mean, I was criticizing DRX so much in map 1 for being so sloppy, making so many mistakes that were uncharacteristic. And to come here to Icebox, to see
DRX.
so robust here, C9 just
יאלוף.
didn't have an answer to. Regardless, that's the first half. To come into this, they have mountains to climb. Mountains to climb here. It starts with a pistol, always does, but it's got to be confident from the get-go.
DRX should be sky high with confidence here after that first half. Cloud9 need perfection, and nothing less will do. They make their way towards the A side.
Opa.
First step, and Buzz goes unchecked until then. Fine. Zephyr as well in unison. Walls there, plants in, and post-plant found. They're doing what they need to here.
5 for DRX here. Wall's going to seal off towards screens. Leaf will find another.
Stacks מת.
Making sure Stacks is down.
בעיה.
All but confirmed here for Cloud9. Well, Marco can pull something off once again. Yeah, but this wall stand is so late, it just makes it so difficult to get
יפה, flawless. יפה.
And it's flawless.
You couldn't ask for anything better.
הקבוצה הכי טובה בעולם, נועם, אח שלי אתה... אפילו לך מי הקבוצה הכי טובה כרגע בעולם? שמע, אני חושב שאו נאבי, או פנאטיק, או DRX. אלה השחקנים, אלה הקבוצות שהייתי שם עליהם את הז'טונים בטורניר הזה. הוא יודע מה? אולי ליקוויד גם יכולים להפתיע. למה? אולי ליקוויד גם יכולים להפתיע. אין לעלות לטורניר הזה. כל הקבוצות של הפרנצ'ייז מוזמנות לטורניר הזה, אין פה עלייה. כל הקבוצות, כל ה-32 עלו לפה. אז גם סנטינלס תשחק במקצה השני.
Says he needs to be one of the main proponents here.
Vanity has a rifle though.
Okay, that's been heard.
Potential here, seeing it's still just classics from DRX.
Can they get the spike back? Yeah, okay, Ye's got that.
Wow!
Oh, but he'll go down for it! Is this how they get to 12? Unreal. Vanity's dead!
Absolute disaster. DRX have flipped the thrifty.
אוי אוי אוי.
That could be the nail in the coffin. I feel
זה לא יכול להיות יותר עצוב
with the
מזה.
investment in that first round.
תן, זה יפסיד נראה לך?
We're gonna Guardian Zephyr an opportunity
לא יודע אחי, לא אף על טנז.
with Stingers and a Sheriff to round this out. And this is just classics. I think there was one frenzy in the DRX purchase and it was removed immediately.
וואי, מאקו עשה פה ראונד. מאקו וסטאקס, וואו, איזה ראונד.
Well,
Just
that's
a
why,
gut punch.
that's why you don't shoot Stax' body in round 1.
Yeah. And here it is. 12-2.
תראו איך הם.
You wouldn't believe it if you only saw the first map. But here we are, DRX, so resilient in this game. And this map has been unbelievable. Buzz, first found, looks for more, once more, won't get it, Sax is there by his side! And it just looks all but over. 2 remaining, Yay and Zephyr.
אוי, מחר.
So little to do it with.
באז מחר, אבל לא נורא.
RB standing there, Yay knows it. The final couple of seconds, the Cloud9 Colossus has crumbled as DRX demolish them. Cloud9 are going home.
DRX, what a flip on this series. I was talking about obviously watching that first series from Cloud9 and talking about how phenomenal the form that they brought here to Sao Paulo. Showed it again in map 1 of this series.
Yes, they did. Against a better opponent.
אין לי מילים, חבר'ה, אין לי מילים.
DRX completely
אין לי מילים.
flipping the script on
אין לי
this
מילים.
series.
איזה שחקנים הם, אין לי מילים.
On the screen now, got to give credit there. That map 1
אין לי
showing
מילים.
all that potential that Cloud9 are going to be bringing for the rest of the year. A team to certainly look out for. Only the one name crossed out for now, but God almighty, that is a terrifying team in the future.
It really is, and it's something that's
איזה
always you have
קבוצה,
to take with a pinch of
קרנבל.
salt. C9,
חבר'ה, בואו נדחוף לזה 50 לייקים לפני שאני סוגר. מה אתם אומרים? בשביל הכיף, בשביל הצחוקים. לראות ערנות. וואלה, יכול להיות מגניב. מה זה? הלך לאינטרנט? מה קורה פה? לא הלך לאינטרנט. לא, הנה, אני עדיין בלייב, סבבה.
They were not wasting their time during that downtime at all, Mike. I feel they've been hard at work. That composition coming out here on Icebox was wonderful. Haven still looking solid as ever. And yes, Pearl was a drop, but hey, Cloud9 I think are one above everyone else on
Absolutely,
that map.
and it's great to see as well.
Foxy 9 גם שם, אבל הוא סאב, כן.
DRX coming in, being the first to kind of innovate with these B-side hits. They bring out this composition, and it looks fantastic. And even the Death touching on some of the second layers behind the cove, that safe plant, Buzz being pinnacle in terms of finding success here on Icebox.
RB solid as a rock as well.
כולם GG בצ'אט, חבר'ה. אני מת. איזה משחק כיפי, איזה משחק כיפי, איזה קבוצת טנס משחק סנטינלס.
Absolutely not. Excited to see DRX continue. Heartbreaking to send Cloud9 home after the performance we've seen. And already, these players even ahead of this tournament.
וואלה, זה היה הראונד של משחק, אמרתי לכם. הראונד הזה היה הראונד של משחק. ה2-4 היה הראונד של משחק. שתי הראונדים האלה, כאילו אוברול הם משחקו ממש טוב, אבל זה ראונדים שכאילו כבר הכניסו את Cloud9 לכאילו... ואז על זה שהם הפסידו פיסטול בכלל באייסבוקס, בראונד השני כשהם היו בטאקר סייד, זה היה בכלל, זה היה כאילו אחי פאק, אחי, מעכו אותם לקיר אחי, השביטו אותם. מה הולך אחי, אני מת עליך, אני מת עליך אילי, אח שלי יקר, שבוע טוב, איך אתה? וואו. וואו, מגיע להם. GG, well played, DRX, the best. וואלה. וואלה, מה שנכון נכון, אני הגבתי להם בצ'אט, מה שנכון נכון. נתתי לך סאב, אני צופה בך מלא בטיקטוק. אח שלי, אתה צופה בסרטונים? יאללה. וואלה, בכללי צ'אט, אם יש פה מישהו שלא עוקב אחרי בטיקטוק, התחלתי לעשות שם הרבה לייבים של גיימפליי, ואני מעלה שם מלא סרטונים, יש לי מעל 100 סרטונים של ולורנט, גיידים, טקטיקות, מה שאתם לא רוצים, ואני מאוד פעיל שם. אז כמובן, אם יש פה מישהו מכל ה-21 צופים שנמצאים כאן, שלא עוקב אחרי בטיקטוק, אז זה הזמן חברים, תיכנסו תעקבו שם, אנחנו עוד שנייה ב-3,550. שמח? אולי אני אסגור פה את הלייב ואני אעבור קצת ללייב בטיקטוק, או שגם אני אצא מהלייב בטיקטוק, אני לא יודע. נכון לעכשיו אני ממשיך בטיקטוק, אולי נעבור לשם עכשיו. אולי נחזור ללייב בטיקטוק עכשיו, נראה לי, כן. יאללה, בואו נעבור לטיקטוק, יאללה, כולם נעבור לטיקטוק, אני משחרר שם עכשיו את המסך. בואו נעשה, נחזיר שם את המסך, הופה. נוריד את הטקסט. נעשה פה סגירה. יאללה חבר'ה, תבואו לטיקטוק, אני שם, אתם מוזמנים להגיע, אני שם בלייב. יאללה, אוהב אתכם, חכו. איפה אני אמצא אולי לינק, יש לי איזה לינק, ואז אני אוכל להביא אותו דוך. אני בלייב שם, כן? כן, אני בלייב שם. למה זה לא מראה כזה?
Bye to see that for sure, ouch. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the...
מה זה אחר זה?
Good night everyone. Well, you're everywhere? I am everywhere.
דאפק אחי. איך אני מוצא את הלייב שלי? אני לא מוצא אותו פה, איזה מוזר. טוב, אז פשוט כנסו ותראו בפרופיל שלי ותוכלו ללחוץ שם ולהיכנס. נמשיך שם חברים. יאללה, חכה לכם שם.